Welcome to another episode of Intomesee. We have been talking about perspectives, about issues of life. We've been talking about things that people can relate with. They look at and they're like, they listen to and they're like, oh my God, that's actually like me narrating my story. And it's been an eventful journey, at least for me, the host. I've learned a lot. And once again, we are back to bring you another episode. And I have with me today, his name is very special. So I want to call it very well before we entitle. So I have with me today, coming to tell his story in his own way and in a way that will definitely, the word is definitely bless, inspire, and motivate someone out there. His name is Desiree.
Yes.
Make I call him again. Desiree. His name is Desiree Macaulay. Hi, Desiree.
Hi, Toyin. Nice. I'm happy being here and ready to share my story.
Ha.
So, I mean, of course, I'd come across Intomesee on your page and seen a couple other stories that I could relate to, and I was like, oh, well, this is really interesting. And again, I'm glad that I'm now the one sharing my own story here. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the flow. Thank you.
You see, when I say introduction, people are in for some ajebo style of storytelling today.
Oh my God.
So thank you for coming on the program. Thank you for coming on the podcast, and I'm also looking forward to hearing everything you have to share with us today.
Surely.
Yeah, but I'd like you to start with who is Desiree Macaulay?
Hmm. Okay. So Desiree Macaulay is many things. He wears many hats. Yes.
Tell us the different acts that he wears, Panama
Oh my God.
and the rest.
So yes, I'm primarily a musician. I sing, I play the drums and a couple other instruments. I'm also very much in the finance space. As a personal finance coach and also an investment expert, which I've been doing largely about 5 years plus now. I have a passion for people. Yeah, and that has led me to speak a lot. So there's the speaking side of me, public speaking, podcasting, and a couple
You
other
see the voice now, the Ajebo voice. It's not today that I start the work.
and a couple other things. But yeah, that's just largely the things that make up my person. Yes. Yeah.
And he's a trillionaire too.
Oh yes, I am.
He had that. Use it to end the.
Yes, I am.
That's so nice. Musician, do you sing?
Yeah, I sing.
You do.
Of course, I do.
But you, and we'll get there. You serenade us. Just hey, I like the fact that I'm just mixing singing.
I mean, married.
I mean, our previous episode. I mean, it was with Minister Gabriel, and he serenaded us.
Oh wow.
Now another singist has come on again. So when you say this is Desiree Macaulay,
Yeah.
yeah, I know it does not include who I attended Our Lady of the Apostle Primary School and Christ the Savior Secondary School, and then I went to Ogbomoso. But it would be nice to know a little
Okay.
background.
Okay. Well. So a little background about me. I come from a home. Well, we'll call it middle class. A single mom, got two other siblings. I'm the last born, thankfully. No
Issue.
stress.
Issue.
No stress. But yeah, they call me the spouse
Issue.
of the family, but reality is opposite because I do not feel pampered.
And the person made the pamper, they feel
Right now, I don't feel pampered, honestly. Sometimes I forget I'm a last born because the way Nigeria and everything position you, just yeah. But I'm thankful for that. Went to should I mention my schools? Yes, I did. So I went to a police primary school. Yeah. My grandfather was in the force, so that just was a thing for myself and my brothers. And going on from there, my secondary school was mostly private schools. It was a boarding, Christ Redeemer's College. and then I did Keystone College. Yeah, for university, I did Redeemers University, studied theater and film.
Christ Redeemer's College.
Yes,
Then Redeemer's University.
university. Yeah.
Now I get more money.
Oh my god.
Yes, am I lying?
Wow. Oh my god. But yeah, I think it was just, I mean, I grew up in the Redeemed Church, right?
Mhm.
So I think it was just a thing called my mom was like, oh, just continue in the whole Redeem.
Yeah.
Because I know I fought that university part. I said, no, I don't want to do it.
I want to go
I
to
want to...
Ekoma. Yeah, they will show me life.
Funny
But
enough,
God has said never.
Funny enough, it wasn't even that. I had this one that was in Abia State, Gregory University.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, I think I love the fact that they did have like exchange programs. So I was like, yeah, and then I didn't want all that religious affiliation. So even though they had a bit of it though, but it wasn't so concentrated. Because I remember I asked and they said, oh, you know, there's really no particular church. They just have fellowships and stuff like that. So I'm like, yeah, perfect environment for me. Let me go there and thrive. But I was turned around. But I didn't regret it, of course.
It is who holds these things that we
Oh my god. But yeah, so that's largely about me.
Mm.
Yeah, that's largely about me. I've loved music for the longest time. I discovered my music talent very early, and I didn't start with singing. Yeah, I didn't start with singing. I actually started with playing saxophone, and then from there, the bass guitar. I was just trying out things here and there. Then my elder brother plays the drums, so he was on that said, leave all this saxophone and everything you're playing, come here. And so I think because I had enough support there, I just went into that space, and I've bloomed, I've grown, I've had my experiences, of course, as a musician. So yeah, it's been fun.
So you have, is it two older brothers or
Two.
two older brothers?
Yeah.
No girl.
Look, I prayed for a girl. I wish I had an older
Ah.
sister or a younger sister at least. I prayed for a girl, but God just did not.
They bully very well.
They did.
Hey.
They did. And you know, I mean, that's something I'm going to still talk about as we go on.
There's a story there.
There's a story there.
Because I hear I'm from a large family. So yeah, I'm from a large family. So and girls are predominant. Like
That's
we
similar
are
to what we
very
had.
plenty. But the guys are just
The guys.
I have just two brothers, but I have yes, I have two brothers. I have four sisters. So
Wow.
So, but I heard that in a home where it's just boys, they bully. I heard that the bullying is not.
It's another level.
Yeah.
Another level.
So that means education was just was normal. Was just
Yeah.
just went with the
Straightforward, pretty much.
Okay.
I mean, I so the thing with education, I mean, schools generally for me was, it was a place for me to thrive and express my many talents. So I'd say for me, school gave me the opportunity to explore the things I had inside of me, right? I mean, aside education, that was one thing. I loved it for what it was, but more so the extracurricular activities that you have to do, the responsibilities that I had to come. Yeah, I know for secondary school now, I did a lot of singing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was a lot of singing with the mass choir, with special choirs here and there.
There was people, they have
they always have that thing.
Music, yeah.
Right, and so that sort of brought some exposure as well, right? Because I was drilled. It was a classical choir. So that was like my first experience. I was drilled. I mean, moving on from that, there was also the speaking part of things. I had to do a lot of debates. Oh yeah, I won all my debates. I love them. I won all my debates. I was king.
Hey, so whether you were arguing for, you were arguing against.
I was always there. I mean, I feel I was going to study law, but
you won't know your debates.
Oh.
So how was the fan base?
Oh, large fan base. Yeah, school gave me a lot of popularity.
Wow.
Yeah, gave me because of my talent. He always did. Like if I stepped in a place, you would just always know me for that reason. So even when I left board, because I mean board was just like junior school, when I got in senior school, and that was where the speaking part of me was expressed. But even the little singing, like we'll probably do in other schools. Other schools will know me for that reason. I remember one time I was going somewhere and someone saw me and I was just waving. I'm like, from where? He was like, oh, I'm from Methodist Boys. I'm like, oh, okay, what happened? He said, oh, you came to our school so time to sing. I was like, oh, really? I haven't forgotten. But yesterday it gave me a lot of popularity. It did. It did.
That's
It really
nice. And it
did.
gave you a lot of popularity with the babes too. Mm.
Oh
They
my
give you wrist flower.
god. Well, I'll say with that there was a bit of I had a bit of restraint.
You had a bit of
Of restraint.
okay.
Yeah, because I mean, I know what it came with. I know the kind of attention that it came with. But my priorities were not aligned to that. So I had to be very careful.
Your priorities
Yeah.
in secondary school.
Oh yes.
Ah,
I've had priorities.
hey, you were one serious child. Oh.
I had no I've had priorities.
Your priority was not a Nokia. Which Nokia was using that time? You already had aspirations and inspiration and well, for someone who is very good at debating,
Yeah.
that means you were a child with depth. That means you did a lot of thinking. You
Yeah,
did.
that was actually so it wasn't my priorities. I'm just like, well,
So no baby enter your eye. There was no
they
speck.
did.
Okay.
Right, they did, but I can count them. It's just probably one or two.
We don't even story of maybe they fought over you or be something. Just
No, no, just kidding, babe. Oh,
eh.
they were the ones crying over me. They were the ones fighting over me. They were,
You're talking.
there were those things. But I didn't really pay attention, right? Like, I'll just hear them and move
Oh,
past them.
damn.
Like, yeah.
Chai.
Yes, sleep is in my focus.
My God.
So for the larger part, I was just like, oh yeah, I mean, again, I wasn't so much of a sentimental person. Yeah, so
Oh, okay.
I was just like, oh, okay, oh, sorry. You'll be fine.
Wow.
And I moved fast up. But there was a lot of drama too, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, it came with some drama.
Nice,
It
nice.
came with drama, surely.
So that was secondary school. You was uni like that also?
Uni. Hmm. Uni was somewhat of a mix. Yeah, there was drama with girls, but it wasn't so much. There was just the drama more with titles, positions.
Oh.
Yeah, because I was more
Okay.
political than
Hey.
I was more.
Oh, wow.
So I
Your
don't-
own focus.
so
Eh?
I don't-
Yeah. When people were aspiring to fall in love, you were aspiring what?
But you know, I think that thing had followed me from second because second school I was head prefect, and you know, the whole head prefect thing for my school wasn't something you just appointed. It was like you had to do a manifesto, everybody had to vote. Yeah, that was it. That was it. Yeah. But I remember very clearly, I'm going to spill something. I remember very clearly when I was going to be head prefect. They did me election rig. Yeah, but let me explain. Let me explain.
Yeah.
Let me explain. So yeah, there was myself and three other people in the race, and then you know, went on, and then it was just myself and some other person who was like, okay, it's either going to be this guy or this guy. So the day of the voting came, and that was also going to be the day of the announcements, right? So they did the voting, and we just had a tie of one. Like it was, I think it was 250, 250. Yeah, so like somebody had to break the tie somewhat. And so the principal just called me and was like, no worry, you've gotten it. So she just signed it. That's how they announced. Of course, nobody else knew what had gone on behind here. That was my first experience. That was my first experience of college.
Corruption. Because that's the name.
It was not correct. It was value and impact.
Corruption. Give them value and impact. Corruption.
But I can understand why she did it. So sets before me, anytime they had to do like events, social events or whatever, I was always supporting. I was always in the planning. I was always so they just almost saw me as someone like we did that up until that time.
That had earned it.
Yeah, so the other guy just felt
In
like
that
"Ah,
sport.
this guy, relax, let's work with this person.
Nice.
So yeah.
Hey, I mean, you're something like one of those children that they used to use to do prayer points. So that, oh my God, Father, Lord, let my child be gentle, be intelligent,
My mother
be
will answer
focused.
that.
But really, that's
My mother will answer that
that's
too.
interesting. So, well, I mean, I find something interesting
What's
within how many minutes you have run us through. Hey, you have run us through
my God.
primary school, secondary school, uni. I mean, but you mentioned something. You mentioned single mother, the mom.
Oh yes,
Single mother. So,
yes.
why?
So when I talk about my mom being a single mother, the questions I get most times is, "Oh, is your dad late? Is it, yeah,
That's why I said
yeah."
why. Hey.
But apparently he's not late, and I've never seen him before.
Oh,
Yeah, I've never seen him before. I just heard of him that he existed.
you heard of him.
I heard. I never saw him. I never saw even a picture.
Bo is not dead.
I believe so.
Okay. Okay. No, I want to understand that. Like,
Okay, so
you said you're the last.
yes, I'm the last.
Is it same?
Oh no, not same dad.
Oh,
None of my siblings are same dad.
none.
None. All three of us. None of us are.
None.
None. Yeah.
Wow.
None.
None.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was my eldest brother's dad first. Then he just went his way. Then the next game went his way. And then mine
Yours.
came. And the thing with mine was he was married. My mom did not know.
Oh, okay.
She didn't know. He was always like, "Oh, I'm the business guy, traveling here, coming back." So he took her where his family would not know, have an idea that he has somebody else there. So I guess he was just always giving the excuse, "I'm going for a business trip or something."
Wow.
Yeah, and so she was there thinking, "Oh, this is my only man," and yeah, upon realizing that what he's married and not like a newly married guy, he's had growing kids, what's up? So yeah, she just had to take her L and leave. Yeah, so that's literally what it was.
And the three of you lived with your mom.
Yes, we
From,
lived with
like,
my mom growing up.
all of you were all together.
Yeah, we're all together.
What was the age gap like?
So my first and second brother have like a close age gap, but with me it is far.
Okay.
Yeah, with me it's far, relatively far. Yeah, but that was just it. I just had to. Yeah, so that was the experience. That's how I never met my dad. I never.
Strong woman right there. Strong woman.
That's pretty much it. Dad was never there. I had to deal with the whole absence and questions too, right? Because I wasn't told in time. I just always wondered, who is my father? Like, oh yeah, he's like this, he looks like that. I'm like, I need a picture or something, right? But yeah, so that was one thing that was always kept away from me. And you know why it was actually very important was going through school. Certain times where they'll say, "Oh, fill your state of origin," and I'll be like, "Where am I from?" And she'll be like, "Oh, Delta State," because that's where my dad is from. I'll be like, "Oh, where in Delta State?" And then she starts to guess, like, "Oh, it could be, it should be." I'm like, "What's all this? It could be, it should be. Tell me." But yeah, so that's how I started to know, like, okay, yeah, there's a problem right here. And then I think I had a cousin who, one random day, pulled me into the kitchen. And she's like, "Hey, don't tell your mom this. And I'm like, "Oh, okay." She told me everything to where he was from, the local government, every single
Your
detail.
cousin.
I'm not joking. She knew about it. So when she told me, I was like, "Oh, wow. Okay." And I kept that within me. I didn't say anything.
How old were you?
How old am I?
Were you?
Oh, how old was I at that time? How old was I? I think I was probably about 13, I guess.
13.
Yeah.
You were still in secondary school.
Yeah.
When?
I think it was one of those holidays.
How old was she?
How old was she? Oh, she was about maybe 27.
Why did she do that?
I don't know. I don't know.
She just decided to tell you.
Yeah, she just decided to tell me. So we were close. Let me bring context to it, right? There was a relationship. It wasn't out of the blues, right?
Okay.
Yeah, there was a relationship. And so it was based off that she felt
She just wanted you to know.
No, yes, because she had probably sensed the questions, the distress. So it was not out of the blues.
Okay.
It was born
Because
from.
I was
Yeah, you were wondering,
like,
right? Yeah.
why? Like, did he just come out of the blue and
Yeah.
like knowing the circumstances around it, surrounding it, like how would she just
Yeah.
say to you like that?
Exactly. So yeah, it wasn't out of the blues. It was
So your grandfather that you said was in the force, so that's your mom's father.
Yeah, that's my mom's father.
Your mom's
And then my mom came from a polygamous setting.
Okay.
So yeah, it was a large family too. Like this one's mother, so it was step this, step that, all of
Okay.
that. Yeah.
But she still has her own mother too.
Surely, that's my
Okay.
grandma. Surely, she still has her own mother. My
Okay.
grandfather is late, of course. So
So did you guys live with your mom or with your grandparents?
we lived more with my grandparents and occasionally with my mom. You see. So, because my mom wasn't having so much time, right, to be around, she had to work and do all that stuff.
And
She
she was
just
a
felt
career
it
woman.
wise.
She was or should I say
Yeah, a working
a
woman.
working mom. Okay.
Yeah. So she just felt it wise to keep us where there's eyes to look over us, and yeah. So that's pretty. But at a point, she wanted to have like direct influence in our lives, or my life particularly, because I mean, I think my brothers escaped that. So my life particularly, so I spent some good time with her as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I spent some good time. It wasn't the best of experiences, by the way.
Hmm. Well, see, before we go into because I feel like I want to speak on behalf of her, but I mean I don't even know her, but
So back then, I didn't understand why she was unavailable. Now I do.
okay.
So as at that time, I always felt neglected, like, oh, you're never around when I need you, blah, blah. But now I understand that she had to make those sacrifices. And, she had an alternative of leaving us with extended relatives and all that.
So you never really felt like your mom was available.
Yeah.
Didn't understand why
Yeah, at that time.
at that time.
But now I do. So it makes sense. However, even with that, it doesn't still excuse some things or some actions, right? That I felt she could have done better or been there better. Because it's one thing for you not to have the desire to neglect somebody and then provide an alternative. And then it's another thing for when the person is down with you, the person feels neglected. So I'm trying to like put one plus one together. I'm like, okay. So I'm thinking with you it's even better, but with you I feel more lonely, alone. Yeah. So there was always me craving to go back to grandma or where people were, because it was just a lot. It was just a lot.
How did that affect you as a child?
Well, growing up initially, right? Everywhere was school free. There was everybody all up in my business, wanting to be there. I'll give you an example. So I did primary school. All my what's this thing they used to do? Parents, teachers meetings, all those things. If my grandma was not available, somebody else was available. A family friend was available. My mom didn't really show up for those things. I can count how many times she did. But there were people always ready to be there. My birthdays that fell on school days, they celebrated them, come. So there was just all of that. Oh, what do you want? If I was crying a little, oh, what happened to you? But then there came the time when I couldn't do all of that. And I was just starting to get comfortable with telling people what I wanted or but it just felt like every time I did that with my mom, she just did not understand. And there was just that restriction and that her trying to impose on me, oh, you have to be like this, or you have to be like that, all the expectations as well. At a point, I felt like, oh, well, are you trying to make me live the life that you didn't live? You get what I'm talking about, yeah? Because that's how I felt at some point. I'm like, hey, um, you probably had goals, wishes, dreams, all that stuff, and life happened, right? And you just couldn't do those things. And you probably see me as the potential.
I think it's a natural thing that happens with parents.
Right.
Yes. I think it's a natural
Yeah.
thing. Like there's this projection. When they make some mistakes, they want to ensure that it's not replicated in their children.
Yeah.
And if they have some successes, they want to make sure that it is replicated in their children. And maybe even in a better way.
Yeah.
Like you see a man that maybe wanted to be a doctor and he settled maybe look off school and or settled for being maybe a lab scientist.
Yeah.
See him wanting his son or daughter to be a surgeon, and like
Mm-hmm.
even that place where I know reach, I want you to surpass,
surpass
there.
it,
Yeah.
right.
So I think the natural thing that happens with
Yeah.
parents.
And for me at that time, I was just like, allow me make my mistakes.
Mm.
Stop withholding, stop restraining. Because I just knew that there was so much exploration to do with myself, and I would make mistakes along the way, right? I felt like, okay, instead of imposing, just be a guide. Let me be able to come to talk to you and say, okay, this is what has gone on, or this is what has gone wrong, and you're able to tell me, okay, yeah.
Where do you get that kind of perspective from?
Honestly,
School?
no, not from school.
Mm.
Couldn't have been from school. No. So there's a lot of things that I had a consciousness of. I honestly cannot remember.
Maybe
What.
I don't know those old men inside young child,
But
those reincarnated old men.
but it's the truth. There were just things I had consciousness of, and I didn't know where I picked them from. I just grew with them. I can't trace them to somebody.
Mm.
No, I can't. Maybe it was from church, maybe it was, I don't know, but I can't trace them to a particular person.
Mm.
So there are just things I felt like, you should be doing this, not trying to, impose this or impose that. And yeah, that was just largely it. But I was able to navigate those times. I think I just had to tell myself, don't worry, this will not be forever.
Time will come.
Yeah.
I make my own decisions.
Exactly.
Maybe I will grow.
So I found myself in a place where I was just enduring, tolerating, like let it pass, let it slide. Don't worry. When the time comes, boom, I'm out.
I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm surprised with what you shared, because I mean, a woman like that,
Yeah.
like your mom, who has been dealt those, it's like being dealt same thing over and over
Over
again,
again. Three times, yeah.
And you have evidence, so it's not that they just left you.
Yes, there's evidence for
There's
it.
evidence, so one for each experience.
Oh my God.
I mean, I would expect a lot of baggages. I would expect a lot of pain.
True.
A lot of pain, and if not expressed, oh my God, I would expect a lot of bleeding on you guys.
There was a lot of that.
Yes.
There was a lot of that. I think one thing I remember very well with my mom was her yelling. Was it like you literally would expect it? Every time mom showed up, there was something to just. If my brothers always just kept that thing, mom's just coming, get ready.
Wow.
And literally when she enters, it's not up to 2 minutes of her settling down. Why are you blah blah blah? Where is this? I'm like, what's the problem? Can't he just come? And I found myself escaping from these things a lot. There are times I had to report my mom to my aunt as well of rejection. I'll go and tell my aunt, see your sister, she has done. So I remember my mom telling me one time that, hey, you went to report me to Aunt Singa, but that's her other sister. You went to report me. And I was just like, I did. I did. But I had to find protection through other people, through grandma, through, because I was like, this woman wants to, just wants to make me breathe. That's the one. And, in the beginning, earlier part of this conversation, I mentioned how I sometimes don't feel like I'm the last one, right? Yeah. The reason is that other people thought I was being pampered, but not by my mom. Yeah. Not by my mom. They thought my mom was pampered.
It was important for you as a child to have felt pampered
by my mom. Yeah. So they always had this idea that, because she took me to the best schools, relatively, all that, but they didn't know the hell I was going through behind the scenes. They didn't know I was actually running. I was trying to find refuge. But yeah, there was it was a lot. It was a lot.
So you could say that she was not really a happy person?
Nah. I think she's better now.
No.
For the most part, nope. That wasn't the case.
Yeah, what I'm getting from this is that thing of you being able to stand on your own. I mean, when you're introducing yourself, you said a lot about, I do this, I'm in this, I'm in this, I'm in this, and I think that all these experiences would definitely have come together to mold you into this person that you can juggle several things. You
Yeah.
can comfortably juggle several
Several
things and like
things.
stand on your own. And
Mm-hmm.
but honestly, I'm also getting this I'm also getting that loneliness. Like, I mean, for a child
Hmm.
who was not living with his parents and whose elder ones were like lots of years older than him,
Yeah.
that means people were not really on the same reasoning level, or like people might have had a good relationship, but can you say friendship
I'll say that
was
for
there?
my immediate elder brother, maybe not the first, yeah. Yeah,
Friendship
friendship.
was there, okay. But I mean,
Even till now.
till now,
Yeah, the
okay,
second born we're tights. We
okay.
could share stuff and yeah, we're just OGs literally, right?
Mm,
But that's not with the first. I think
mm,
our first just had our separate
mm.
parts of doing stuff, yeah.
I'm
So
getting that loneliness.
yes,
So that was there.
that was there.
That was there.
Ah.
In the midst of a big family, but still, there's just something about a child living with his parents or parents.
Plays a huge role. There was that loneliness. That's so spot on. I'm telling you, because many times I felt alone. And I think those experiences gave gave birth to some things or gave me room to explore some parts of myself. So maybe that's why I started to write some more, speak some more,
Hmm.
explore those because I found freedom in those things. I
Hmm.
found life in those things. I'm like, okay, yeah, if I'm not finding the vibe and life here, because those things allow me go out, go here, do things, and connect with people basically. So I at a point I had to form family. I had to turn my friendships into family, right? Yeah. So I had to just create a family of friends, literally.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask about that. That how did you navigate friendship?
Friendship.
Yeah.
I had betrayals, by the way. Yeah. I
For
faced
some
betrayal.
reason, I was expecting that.
I
For
faced.
some reason, no, for some reason, you know why? Because it's possible you were this child that you were looking so much for companionship, that so anybody that comes your way that looks like, oh, I want to be with you, you're all embracing. And eh, am I correct?
Yes.
Mm.
So I had that, and people will come, and so yeah. I was the guy who was free,
Mm.
come into my arms. We're good, yeah. Um, so anybody who came with that genuine vibe, I was ready to roll with you.
Mm.
I was ready to roll with you, and it just made me overly trusting.
Mm. Yeah.
So then I would believe that, oh, if you tell me you're gonna stick with me, I take your word for it, 100%. I'm not
Stick
expecting
with
anything
me.
less. And
Mm.
those people stabbed me in the back many times. And when it happens, I'm so heartbroken. I'm so wow. But I thought, but
Mm.
I felt, I had to start to learn
Mm.
that, well, just because you're a genuine person doesn't mean you always meet genuine people.
Doesn't mean other
So
people are like that.
you just have to be discerning.
Okay, so you are that person that when you give your word, when you say, I'll stand by you,
I'm in.
you always be
I'm
found standing.
in. I am in.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
I'm in. And that's why I had some few significant friendships because of that.
Mm.
Right? Those people that I said, okay, yeah, if you're in, I am in. And they came on that level, came with that energy, and we had very beautiful friendships.
Mm.
And just maybe situations outside our control got us to separate. Maybe we were relocating or stuff like
Yeah.
that. Those are the things happen, those kind of friendships. But if nothing like that happened, we would have been still cool today. I still have one of them like that, right? Still friends till date. So I had those kind of friendships, but I had a lot of betrayals, a lot more betrayals than
Oh, I
than yeah.
expected that. I expected that. It's a lot. So I'm curious, when exactly did your mom tell you about your dad?
Oh, okay.
Like, how did you even find out that, okay, you and your brother, so we don't share the same father?
So I remember that my grandma would tell me, "Oh, have I considered changing my surname?" I'd be like, "Why?"
Hmm.
She'd be like, do I know who he is? All that stuff. I didn't really take it seriously. I'm like, I beg, I'll find out that much later. This was even before my cousin told me about it. She's like, you should change your surname to the family name, this and that. I held on strongly. I'm like, no, I'm not changing it. Just leave it the way it is. Although I knew that my brothers had like different surnames as well, but I just never bothered to ask. Now, of course, when my cousin had told me that, okay, yeah, this is the case, I guess that, okay, yeah, everybody is not from the same father, right? Um, yeah, so I continue that way. Mom didn't necessarily say anything. I didn't bring it up either. Up until I was getting to university,
Mm.
and it was the first day of, and we just get there, and she says to me, um, you know, I don't know where your father is.
Mm.
I
Just
was,
like that.
yeah, it's just,
Just like that.
I'm not joking. I'm not I'm not even joking. Like, so we're done with the whole registration processing, but she's about to leave, right? So at the car, and
Wow.
she just comes, and the next thing she just comes and says, I don't know where your father is. Saying this now just makes me remember what that day was like. I don't know where your father is. I wish he was here. I pray for him. I hope he's fine. I don't know. It's been many years. I've not seen him. I don't have any contact with him.
Wow.
I'm telling you.
You guys had not had any conversation
Conversation
prior to
prior
this.
to that time.
She just blotted it.
But yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So,
How, wow. How did you answer that as a child? How old were you? Sorry. I would like to know.
just,
First day of school, 100 level.
yeah.
How old were you?
I think I was probably 17 or yeah, thereabout.
And how did you take the information?
It was a lot.
Yeah, because I'm just I had to ask that just like that.
It was a- I'm saying it was a lot.
Um, what did you say to her?
I didn't say anything.
You didn't say anything.
She said everything she said and she left. And I cried.
I
Cried so
expected that.
hard.
Expected that.
I cried so hard. So yes.
Wow.
Like, well, I don't know where it's been. It's been many years. Hopefully, he comes back someday. But if he doesn't, I pray for him. At that point, it wasn't even about him. I was listening and I was wondering, how have you dealt with that? The compassion I felt for her at that point, because I was like, you haven't said this for the longest time. Getting to this point and saying this thing, what led you here? How have you dealt with this thought? How have you dealt with the emotions of abandonment, break of trust, betrayal, so many things?
Mm. Well, okay.
So yeah,
But well, not blaming your mom
yeah.
because I mean she did the best she could do. But honestly, I think that was still a lot to just dump
Mm,
on a child. Yeah, especially the part of I don't know where it is. I don't have like it's just like I don't have anything to give you concerning your father, and we all know how a child feels about identity when it comes to the father. So, like I said, not blaming her in any
yeah.
way, but I think that was a lot to just. And I don't think that day was about you. I don't think she was even. I think I don't
She was
know.
in the headspace probably.
Yes, I think she was just. I would not be surprised if God can show us the video and you would see that she really cried hard that day because I think it was more of a hard cry. Like she had seen you through till university and you're growing into this big boy
Yeah.
and you know, daddy is not around. And he left her and he was the person. Let's not even go into that one.
So I honestly was just like, okay. And then she said something that I remember the last time she said that to me was, when I was like in primary school, childhood. And she says, but remember, God is your father. And I'm like, Yeah,
Mm.
always has been.
Mm.
And you know, so the part of God, even my father that played out in my story, it's just how I dealt with the loneliness, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in the times when there was nobody to talk to, or nobody to derive my identity from, or nobody to encourage me when I got on certain stages,
Mm.
um, because yes, you know, for me now, I tell you, oh, I do this, I do that. When I started to do those things and platforms started to come, there wasn't so much encouragement like, oh, go, you can do it, you can. I
Mm.
just always had to remind myself that, no, if nobody's the God is here with you,
Mm.
go ahead and do this thing,
Mm.
right? So I'll tell you for a fact that many people in my family did not even know I could do some things until later
Mm.
when it was evident. And even at that time, they still threw their doubts. Are you sure you can? Or are you sure you're going to do it well? Are you sure you really do it well?
Mm.
All those doubts, I still face them till today.
Mm.
Yeah, there's still those, oh, okay. Oh, okay, nice. Like, you're really that good? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, well, I really don't believe people. You were not in the story, so you won't understand, right? But I must give credit to my cousin, the same cousin that told me that she was she was very instrumental, at least for her parts. Yeah, she was instrumental to just. I remember when I was sharing my dreams with her. Oh, I want to own this in the future. I want to. And she would encourage me. My brother would pass and laughing, you know, laughing at me, or she'd be telling me, "Don't mind him. You know,
Mm.
you can do this. You can blah blah blah." And yeah, and also Um, she helped me come to the consciousness of my identity in God for the earliest part. So she would take me to church a lot. Oh, church was my next best place.
Mm.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was the next best. Every time I came back from school, church, church. At the point, you started to complain, I was with you, and
Mm.
but I'm
That
like,
was where you found
yes,
expression.
that's actually it. I was like, at church, I'll be in this team, drama team, I'll be in music team, I was just all there.
Mm.
Like, okay, yeah, you always find me. So growing up while other people were having other places to go, my own place to go was church.
Mm.
Church programs, church events, church all that, right? And that came with church hurts too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That
Mm-hmm.
came with church hurts
Mm.
too. Of course. Because there's a thing when people say, oh, you are um
You're available,
yeah, you're
willing
very
to serve. Mm-hmm.
oh, use you to the
Mm-hmm.
very last. So he came with church heads. Especially being a musician, it's peculiar being a musician because this is something most musicians will tell you, especially ones that grew up in Nigeria. They tell you like, oh, there was the abuse of your skill. It's not
Mm.
for God. Whatever.
Mm.
Why can't it be available? This and that, and so much. Once you're done with the music, they just dump you there, like, oh,
Mm.
to the next time they need you. So there was that as well. I had to make decisions along the way that, oh, I'm going to stop doing this, I'm going to stop doing that. And of course, it comes with you, you're backsliding, you blah, blah, blah. And I'd be like, well,
Hey. Hmm.
yo, you fine.
African churches.
You don't longer show up for meetings, this and that. You know, and I said to like, you'd be good, find somebody else.
Mm.
It's that simple. Find somebody. Because there was just an extent to which I could take. I was like, have fun.
I'm thinking going back to uni days. So
Yeah.
how did you handle when people ask you, "Oh, how's your dad? Where's your dad?"
You know, that's something. That was a thing. People would ask me definitely. Yeah. And you usually come in the form of, oh, where are you from? And then I wouldn't know whether to tell them Delta State or Imo State.
Oh, your mom is from Imo
Imo
State.
State, yeah.
Okay.
So I wouldn't know whether to tell them, oh, I'm from Delta, I'm from South. Tell them, well, Imo and Delta. They'd be like, what's Imo and Delta? Tell us.
Mm.
I'm like, oh, my dad is. And then the South asked me, oh, what about your dad? Where is he? And for the people that I feel like I didn't want to share it with, I just say, oh, he's fine, you know, it's good. He's not around. He's just always in and out, you know.
Mm.
And in there, for the ones I felt like I could share, I'd be like, oh, well, um, I've never met him.
Mm.
Yeah, it's just yeah. I'm like, well, is he late? Is he like, no, I can't explain. Just leave it at I've never met him. I grew up with a single one. But I just know that he's from that system. He's like, oh wow, yeah, that's it. But I had to deal with that. That was how I navigated this period. Yeah. I just had to always discern like, oh,
Yeah.
who should I not? So depends on who you are, I'll tell
Yeah.
you one or the other.
If you were given an opportunity to find him, would you want to find him?
I was thinking about that recently.
Who would you want to find?
Well, a yes and a no.
Okay.
A yes, because I just love to see him and what he's looked like and ask him questions.
Mm.
What happened? Why did you do what you did?
Mm.
What were you facing? Why did you have to? You know, I just really love to understand his
Yeah.
own thought process and experiences as well.
Mm.
Maybe just for documenting them, right? I'll probably bring him to a setting where I just record something with him and all. But yeah, aside knowing him and knowing his personality and experiences, I don't want to.
Why?
I've grown for the larger part without him. I have gotten an identity without him. So even if I change my name today, I won't even flinch. Yeah.
Mm.
In the grand scheme of things, it's just, I mean, the only thing I've got is like, are you saved? If you're saved, we're good. Nothing else. I don't really want to know.
You said you got your identity in God.
Yeah.
How did you get
Oh, beautiful. So, I mean, I was just talking about the fact that I served in church a lot. I was a church boy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that meant that, so I'll go to church, and, you know, people usually call me pastor, pastor, pastor this, pastor that. You know, and, you know, I remember there's this pastor HOD that would say, oh, it's the house of your father, you're welcome. And those statements did it. Those statements stayed with me. It's the house of your father, free. I'm like, okay. So it made sense why I went there a lot of times. It's the house of your father. It's the house of your father. And I'm like, oh, it's the house of my father. Oh, cool. We're good. So I stayed there. And as I stayed there, definitely I had moments where I would just come into the knowledge of one thing or the other about God, or times where I'd hear God speak to me about something. Um, so yes, it was just all that growing in him there, even though I didn't know so much. But I knew one thing that God did with me was always remind me that I'm with you. I am, oh yeah. Times I was scared, times nobody that you refer to as a guardian was there for me to help me physically. It was always God. Because I had sometimes near death experiences. Yeah, I had near
Okay.
death experiences.
Okay.
Yeah, so it made God very real to
Near death one, please.
not one.
No,
One.
just share
Oh yes,
one with me.
this
One, please. Near death experience.
so this particular one. Whew, slept that night. Saw myself in a realm that looked like a heavenly realm. And you know, I was on a queue.
Hey.
Yes, I was on a queue. And you know, we're going down the queue and I saw what seemed to be like angelic beings and they were giving people rewards.
Okay.
Yeah. But I was the youngest person on that line, so I was like, what am I doing here? I've not lived the latter part of my life. Right. But as I stepped closer to them, I could physically feel my spirit leaving my body. So it got to a point that I saw myself lying on the lifeless. And I heard the voice of God say, go back, it's not your time. You're not done with your assignment. Go back there. Yeah.
Were you sick?
I wasn't sick, I was fine.
Were you depressed?
I was not depressed, I was fine.
It just happened.
It just happened and it's not the first. Oh yeah, so I think the first one that happened, which of course I wasn't conscious about, was when I was a baby. And my mom tells me that story every time. Oh, you're a baby. I brought you back from the, by that time she wasn't doing a corporate job. I brought you from the market, you know, I gave it to your brother, you know, to prepare water to bath you. By the time I came back, your brother was shaking. He's not breathing, he's not breathing. My mom is like, he's not breathing again. She carried me, said I was lifeless, gone. She started to cry. God, you can't take this one. Oh, this and that. You have to bring him back. Oh, this and you. She said she was praying and crying for 3 hours straight. And she said she just felt like a heavy thing fall on me while she was carrying me. And I just started to cry. I came back to life. I started to cry. I was sweating heavily. And she was just like, okay. And she said I felt sick a lot.
Okay.
Growing up. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're one of those destiny children. Ha!
Oh my
Wow.
God.
No, this is people actually say these things happen to them, and it sounds like, are you kidding? It sounds like stories. I've had a friend say this, that she was sleeping. She said that she literally saw herself. She saw her body lying on the bed.
Yeah.
She was in school. She saw
Yeah.
her roommates in the room gisting. She said, and she was looking at them, and she was looking at her body, and you know what she was saying is,
Yeah,
it was like so real
yeah.
because and I was like, it's just gonna be dream, it's just a dream. She was like, no, that she was like, no, that she just the next thing she saw was a man that was all clothed in white, and and she was holding his leg and telling him that I've not done
Yeah.
most part of what you sent me and all that. And the man was like, and the man just said the man didn't speak to her. The man just did his hand, and then she opened her eyes. Said, and she knew what happened. I'm like, hey.
Yeah, because they will always come with this.
Wow.
Yeah, there was that. There was that.
So you felt God in all of that. You felt God in all of
All of that.
Mhm. I see. I really wish we could go on and on and on and on,
Yeah.
because honestly, it blows my mind. Number one, your mom's pain, and then how it's affected you, an innocent child, you know, the loneliness. You see that part? That part, I can understand that part. Like, honestly, I can understand that part. The loneliness, I can understand that part because, I had a period where my parents were going through some stuff,
Yeah.
and because of that, unable they were physically present, but they were unable to be present, you get. And I just entered into the university, so I was surrounded with lots of people, but my God, I was alone. Like, so you see that loneliness.
Yep.
I get it. Like, that's why I told you. You didn't mention it. I was the one that said it, because I get it. I get that loneliness. Loneliness is not just when you are just on your own and there's nobody. You can be in a sea of people and be lonely and be alone. Be alone. Like, I understand what that means. I understand how it feels. You know. But honestly, permit me, before I release you.
Yeah.
Me, I don't want to release you, but I mean, because of time.
Yeah.
I'd like you to talk about your love life. I know you have been a focused young man. I know that you have been someone that's been very,
Oh my
you have your
God.
priorities and
Yeah.
aspirations and inspiration. Is it that you don't look at any,
Well,
you not trip, you not see spec?
oh my God. Well, I did.
Okay.
But permit me also, before I talk about my love life, you spoke about loneliness and just reminded me of something.
Okay.
How I had a near suicide experience
Oh,
because of loneliness. This was in university.
okay.
Yeah. Life was hitting hard because it's almost as if you just dumped me in school and left me. So it's hitting hard, and a couple of issues are coming up, internal family conflict, all that stuff. And it was getting to me a lot. And, I was just fed up. And then, of course, I was having health issues as well. It was just so much on me. I started to wonder, what kind of life is this? What kind of this is this? And, particularly, I had done an event at school, and sponsors didn't turn up for the event. They like pulled out last minute. So we ran that event on a very tight budget, and I was the organizer of the event. And what that meant was, when everything ended, there's some people that we had to give prizes. There was no money to give prizes. The people had to do this. So all that financial burden as well was on me. So I was faced with so much, and help wasn't looking like it was coming for it.
Yeah.
You know, God usually tell me that I've got you. I've got you. I'm with you. I love you. And I'm like,
You just hear those whispers.
yeah.
They come as whispers.
They come as whispers. I'm just probably
Like,
walking.
you hear them.
I literally hear them.
Okay.
Oh, I heard clearly.
Okay.
And I just be like, what I'm going through right now does not feel as though I'm being loved, or But he kept in, and so I remember this particular day I got out of my room, and he just said, you know what, I'm just going to walk out of school or work somewhere and just end my life somewhere, probably run into the road. Yeah, something like that.
Wow.
I was on my way to doing that. I started to get calls on my phone.
Well,
Calls. Where are you? Oh yeah, particularly that they were supposed to have a play. I was supposed to act in. I was getting calls. Imagine main actors. So they're calling me. I was like, I beg guys, leave me alone. Calling me. I was not taking calls. Something was just pulling me towards my phone that check this call. I was like, it's a videos production, but I don't want to deal with that. But check your phone. Lo and behold, it was not any production person. It was somebody I did not know that said she felt disturbed in her spirits and she knew she had to call me. Am I okay? I said, I don't get. Am I fine? I broke down in tears. I started to say, I'm tired of life, this and that. She was like, you're tired of what? No, where are you? I said, I just told her, she's like, stay there. I'm sending somebody to. Before I knew, my WhatsApp was blowing up. People inside of school, alumni, the story had gone viral. Thousands of people were calling, reaching out on Instagram. Or, where are you? Where are you? I'm like, what's all this? And right there, I was checking the messages, and all I was just saying, you are loved. You are loved. Don't end. Life is not going to end now. You are loved. There are people that care about you. Those were the bulk of messages I was saying right there. Don't end. I was just like,
well,
it made sense to me now when God is like, I got you. And so they come to pick me. I get back to the theater and they just surround me. How are you? And hugs left and right. Ah, that day was so beautiful.
yes.
And I was just like, we love you. Where are you? Get ready. Let's act. Shake it off. We got this. And I was just like, so they even started to play late because it's going to start at 7 p.m. Just everybody, you're going to wait. Main actor is there already. As everybody waited, we started. I killed the role. We did two shows that night. It was a bang. I was like, what? So that was the time I was like, wow.
God sees me. Someone sees me.
Yeah. It made sense, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, so on to my love life. My love life has been oh wow, dramatic.
That's the reason I was
Yeah,
expecting that.
dramatic, of course. But I would say the earliest thing I remember about love life was this. She's probably going to watch this young lady.
Sorry in advance. Yeah.
Oh my god, this young lady called Jemima. So it was young love, of course. My earliest memory. Yeah, it was young love. It felt good at the time. Yeah, it felt good. It was young love. Um, I was just overly shy. Yeah, I think that was what ruined it. So she always be like, "Why are you shy? Why are you? What's so strong? Why are you shy?"
Let's get on with this love thing.
Even her friends
Why are you
too.
darling?
Even her friends would be like, "I don't understand this your shyness. So this girl likes you a lot. So this and that and that." And I'd be like, "Okay, oops, sorry." I'd be like,
Yeah, it's off.
yeah. So I'm like, I don't understand it too much. I just could not bring myself to approach a lady at the time, right? So she was largely interested, and we're just doing the whole thing. Everybody knew us, of course, like all these two lovebirds. But many times when we were together, I just could not express, communicate. It was just so hard.
Hey, for who they kill debate.
I know many times she put me on the spot, like, oh, sing for me, and I'll be so shy, like, oh no, I'm not going to sing, and all that. But yeah, moved on from that. I met other people. They've not been so much, by the way. And then I met Chelsea, and Chelsea started off as we didn't really like ourselves, right? And then yeah. And then as we grew, and I think music connected us because she plays the violin, I used to sing, so we just usually do all that together, and we lived in the same neighborhood. And so many times I go to her church, and so yeah, that way we just started to build up from there.
Flower of love budded.
And I remember one day she sent me an "I love you" text, and then my mom saw it.
Wow.
And she looked at it, and she didn't say anything. And then I think a few days later, I think that's the thing with my mom. She usually would not talk. A few days later, she's telling me, love is a beautiful thing. It's just that you just have to be careful.
Aww.
But also, my mom wasn't really involved in my love life. She was just very passive, right?
Mm.
Yeah, it's like, oh, but you just have to,
Whatever you do, just be careful.
yeah, just be careful,
Mm.
Yeah, that was that. And then, of course, moved on from there, met a couple other people. It was interesting. I think everybody brought an experience. Everybody brought their version. I was just able to learn from each one, each
I
person.
like
And
that.
yeah, of course, I got betrayals in that. So I had
Definitely.
girlfriends cheating on. I had
Definitely.
friends doing stuff. Yeah, it's just all
Yeah.
that stuff. But I had to deal with that as well. And I think I kept off from relations for some time. I'm like, I'm not doing this whole love thing. Leave me alone. But my friends usually tell me, say, lie. You say, lie. You're a love being. You
Love is a
cannot.
beautiful thing.
They always tell me, does anybody. If I was telling them at some point, I'm never going to get right. They're like, you. Rest.
Are you currently in a relationship?
No, I'm not currently, but I'm looking
Ha!
to get in.
It's not currently. Hey!
Oh my god.
Abi, you just mention your Instagram handle now so that.
Oh wow. Oh my god.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Thank you so much. Honestly, what I can take from this and what I would tell anybody out there is, there are many people in this world that are actually alone, that have that feeling of I am alone. Nobody sees me. Nobody knows me. I know people, but people don't know me. I want to find out what makes them happy. I'm not really seeing anybody asking me what will make me happy. How am I feeling? There there are many people out there who have this feeling of I am alone. So honestly, Desiree and myself, what we have to say today is that's all a lie.
Surely, all in
It's a big lie. It is a big lie because, like Desiree said, if you're not hearing, maybe you're not coming down to listen enough. But there's actually someone that sees you. You didn't make yourself.
True.
That's the funny thing. You didn't make yourself. You didn't create yourself. Somebody made you. Somebody sees you. If the world don't see you, that one person will always see you. Always. So this is to encourage anybody out there who feels like they're alone. You are not
alone.
If you can stop believing that lie, you actually see the reality that you are not alone. And that's why we have this platform. That's why you get to listen to stories like Desiree's story, letting you understand that you're not the only one though, that has experienced one or two. I mean, our previous episode, Mr. Gabriel said something like 98% of people are traumatized. 98% of people, and there are many that don't even know that they are.
True.
So honestly, whatever you think that you're going through, there is somebody out there who's going through exact same thing or even more. So you're not alone. Somebody sees you.
Yes.
We have for you today. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for choosing to tell us your story.
I appreciate you.
Till next time.
Bye.